Welcome back to Sales Insights with Sarah. This is the podcast for sales professionals and business leaders looking to implement new strategies and drive sales growth in their organisations. I'm your host, Sarah Downs, and my guests and I will be sharing with you some of our own experiences in business and sales insights to help you gain focus and take action. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Sales Insight with Sarah podcast. So today I'm going to be talking about realising your worth and setting boundaries. Now this has stemmed from a couple of conversations I've been having with startup level entrepreneurs and also sales teams that are employed, where they feel like they're being walked all over or even feel like they're in an abusive relationship with some of their clients. Now, I have had my own experience in this myself. As many of you know, prior to working in business, I was a trauma nurse for the NHS. And in nursing, if somebody is offensive or disrespectful, it's not like you can just throw them out the ward, even though they're just about to have surgery. There's a zero tolerance policy, but in my experience, that was never really adhered to because it would be impossible. So I came into business being used to people treating me the way they wanted to treat me, really, when it came to my professional life. And that definitely created some problems with me as an employee, and then later on when I set up my own business. And actually, I got to the point with one of my clients once I was a business owner where every time my phone vibrated or ringed, I would literally feel anxiety in case it was them. So I just wanted to talk about setting boundaries, first of all. So a lot of people say that, I'm far too available because of the online world of working. My client or my manager is contacting me in the evenings and the weekends. I don't think I'm valued. I'm becoming a commodity. This is the sort of thing I'm hearing on a regular basis. Now, what I would say is, first of all, you need to be fairly self-aware. So if people are doing something that you don't believe they should do, where has that come from? So have you set expectation? Have you been clear around your boundaries first and foremost? For most of us, I don't think we are, at least initially. So it may require a conversation to reset boundaries. Or if you have set them, but done the opposite. So for example, I used to always say to my husband, I'm not working in the evenings and the weekends. And then the emails would come in, the phone calls would come in, and I would respond. So people started to expect that I was available, even though maybe at some point I had told them that I didn't want to work the evenings and weekends. So it's looking at yourself, have you set the boundaries? And if you have, are you adhering to them at your side? Because if you're not, then why are you expecting your boss or your clients, for example, to adhere to them? So I think setting boundaries on time, availability is really important. And that could be across different channels. So for example, some people I see don't look at their emails after a certain time of night, but they're responding on LinkedIn messages. So again, it's going to show people that you are available. So if you really don't want to be available, stop responding after certain hours. And what I would say is, a few people say I'm becoming a commodity. Well, absolutely. If you become a commodity, people will devalue your time, devalue what you have to offer. So be really careful of that. And I mentioned at the start about realising your worth. So really what I'm trying to say there is, don't let people treat you badly. And if you're allowing it to happen, then you're part of the problem. Now, that may sound really harsh, but if I look at my experience, it was so true. If I allowed people to treat me badly, then they would. Not everyone, but those that wanted to, or that was in their nature. Whereas as soon as I started to stand up for myself and I actually let go of one of my largest clients I've ever had in business for this reason, then it's just not worth it. No amount of money, no size of contract is worth it, in my opinion. Now, I'm a business owner, so I can make those decisions for myself. I understand that when you're an employee, it's a little bit more challenging. But I just wanted to, really highlight that, because sometimes if people are treating us badly, it's because we're allowing it, and we just really need to stand up for ourselves, whether that be as an employee or as a business owner, and it's maybe your clients or your suppliers or partners, collaborators that are treating you poorly. So yeah, it's a little bit of a rant, but I keep hearing the same things on a regular basis, and I just wanted to, record my answer to when people say these things to me. And just try and be self-aware. If you're having issues with other people, look internal first. Is there a behavior about yourself that you could change? Is there a change you could make in the way you communicate with them? And if you have done everything and they're still doing it, let them go. Just be prepared to walk away and say, no, I'm not being treated this way, or no, you're not respecting my boundaries anymore. So hopefully that helps somebody listening. I know it's not overly sales focused, but the people listening to this podcast are salespeople who are employees with these issues. And probably if you're in sales, you also have issues around client expectation of your time and when you're available. And I also have a lot of business leaders and entrepreneurs listening to this podcast all around the world. So I'm really hoping it helps somebody. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Sales Insights with Sarah podcast. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, so that you are notified of every new episode. If you could take a few minutes to leave a review, it would be greatly appreciated. See you next time.